Guys, there's this thing called Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's sort of been like hibernating. It's been, the crypto winter. We all know what happened in the crypto boom and the Bitcoin boom right after the pandemic. We saw a lot of Bitcoin billionaires and millionaires and Dogecoin trillionaires just come out of the woodworks. Now nobody's really talking about their Bitcoin or their shitcoins or anything like that until now because it's on the move. So here's the latest. If we can pull that up, Bitcoin has basically been booming in the fourth quarter. As of today, the current Bitcoin is a shade over $43,000. I think it reached as high as $44,000. This is the highest price it's been in 20 months. Ethereum, which is sort of the number two in command in the crypto world, that just sort of had an 18-month high, $2,200. Why are these prices going up? I want to get the guys' take on this. I believe it, based on what I've seen, it's driven by investor speculation that there's going to be some Fed interest rate cuts.
And
Jerome
ETF,
Powell,
yeah.
he's talking about that. Reduced regulation. I'm not sure if there's going to be as much regulation in the crypto industry. This is what you would talk about. But also, I want to get Max's opinion on this. Gold has also hit an all-time peak. I believe it's around $2,200 per troy ounce. You'll teach us what that is. So I want to understand if there's a correlation between digital gold, Bitcoin as they call it, and actual gold. But the bottom line is investors seem drawn to assets like Bitcoin and gold when central banks, i.e. the Fed going on here in America, are cutting interest rates aggressively. So make some sense of what you think is going on in the crypto market and the gold market. Let's educate our friends out there.
Well, just to be clear, the Fed hasn't cut rates yet.
Right.
The market is predicting that they're going to cut rates in 2024, and that's why there's this move, or maybe one of the moves, into Bitcoin or what I would consider risk assets. Hopefully, Bitcoin in the future, it doesn't fall into that category.
In what category exactly?
The risk asset category.
Okay.
Basically
Break
trading
that
at the
down. What do you mean
NASDAQ,
the risk asset
or
category?
what they call long duration. It's meaning that what's really driving the price, there's obviously hundreds, thousands of variables, but what's really driving the price is just kind of speculation. Where I think everyone should own Bitcoin, but not because the price is going to $1 million, but it's to have purchasing power outside of the system.
Gotcha.
So we can talk about central bank digital currencies and things like that, privacy issues. So that's why I think that everyone should own Bitcoin. And I hope that in the future, what drives the price isn't so much speculation, but more so adoption, because people want to use it as an alternative, decentralized form of money.
Let me ask you, George, because I would consider you one of the leading macroeconomists on the internet for sure, and I think you have a lot of credibility here. The crypto space lost a ton of credibility. Bitcoin peaked at what, $70,000?
Around 60, 65.
$65,000 in 2021, give or take. Lost a lot of credibility. I'll tell you why. Obviously, the market tanked. We saw that Elon Musk went on SNL and basically called Dogecoin sort of a hustle. I think that basically brought down Dogecoin. But then we see everything play out with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. And then we've seen the latest news with Binance and CZ, basically fraud, basically funding terrorists around the world. I want to talk credibility. Have you seen these new Coinbase commercials? Coinbase, by the way, is some of the best commercials I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The latest one is they show this sort of like family photo. And they, see if you can find that, Humberto, just like an image of it. But they sort of give like the step and repeat, like take out debt, go to college, get a job, repay the debt. They show the grandfather, right? Then they show the father, take out debt, go to college, repay the debt, get a job, blah, blah, blah. Then they show the daughter. She looks like she's 22 years old, let's say. Take out debt, go to college, try to repay the debt, can't repay the debt, get a job, get a side hustle. And then they show a picture of basically like the granddaughter, and they say that the system is broken. The system is rigged, as some politicians like to say. And they basically say, take control of the system and basically do what you can do to basically beat the system. So Coinbase has these amazing commercials. I'm not endorsing Coinbase. I do have some money on that platform. But how much does credibility hurt or help the crypto market at this point?
That's a tough question. I mean, I think that the commercial, first and foremost, is completely ridiculous.
Why do you say that?
Because money, whether it's a dollar bill or it's a
Yeah.
$100 bill or it's gold, whether it's crypto, whether it's Bitcoin, it's not wealth. And people mistake that, right? So the example that I always use on my channel is, let's just assume for a moment that you're stranded on a deserted island. Let's just assume that you got a chest, well, $1 billion full of gold, or you've got $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, or $1 billion worth of green pieces of paper, but you have sand, a palm tree, and some salt water. Are you rich or are you poor?
Yeah, I would say you're going to have to start burning your money for fire.
Yeah, you're poor. Why? Because you have no goods and services. So true wealth is not measured by the amount of currency units, the amount of Bitcoin, the amount of gold. It's measured by how efficiently a society can produce goods and services. That is wealth at the end of the day. So by Coinbase or whatever coming out and insinuating that this young girl has no other alternative to to gain wealth other than to speculate on crypto, I think is completely ridiculous. She has an alternative, and that is to go out there and produce more than you consume.
Gotcha. So to break that down for the average person out there, you'd know better than I, but GDP, gross domestic product, it's how much goods and services a country can produce for the most part. I'm sure you'll expand on this. But what does that mean for the average person? Does that just get your ass to work, buy some assets, make some income, do all that? Break that down.
Well, let's just take you as an example.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Use me.
Him.
So what do you produce? You produce all of this content, right? So how much do you consume? Well, I would argue that you're producing more than you consume.
Yeah.
And you're saving the rest. That's what people should do. Whether it's producing content, whether it's producing a service, whether it's producing coffee, whether it's producing iPhones, pens, paper, microphones, whatever it is, you're going out there and producing stuff. And that's the real value. That's wealth at the end of the day.
Gotcha.
It's not currency units or Bitcoin.
This
or
is
gold.
going to open up. Whoa. If you like that one, click right here to watch the full SOSCAST. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.